sitting at the station, if there's two guys out on a medical call would be ideal.
It would help.
It would help.
2 more guys would be better.
2 more guys would be better.
Yeah.
7 would be way
Right,
better.
I'm ideally speaking.
At some point,
There's
they're gonna
actually
say
a national
citizens will
standard.
only pay
That's what
this
people,
much.
but I'm just saying, that's what people,
15 would be
we need to
minimum.
educate people on that. Listen,
Yeah.
if we have these people here, if we have our firemen and they're, our buses at the, hospital, your house catch, hey, if we have more people on, guess what, it's gonna benefit you,
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna do.
with the gas fuel, we were tied up.
Yeah.
The other station ran 3 or 4 calls during that. If we gotta fire something, it's totally going to, hey, Campbell, Youngstown, Boardman, we need you at this, and you're gonna be by yourself, because we're at other call. It happens a lot.
Right.
Now, I remember
EMS is-
when this whole ambulance ordeal started, I know someone said there was like a 40-minute wait, wasn't
I
there?
think at the high school.
At the high school, so
Somebody went
it's
down at the high
improved
school.
since you've partnered with
But
Lane
it does
then.
happen sometimes.
Absolutely, but it
Now
has
even, yeah.
improved some since that, so
It
even this
has.
would probably
It
improve
definitely
that
does.
even more.
Bob said, we're getting real close to not solving it, but getting where it's.
Dialing
Yeah.
it
So
in.
the solution isn't here, the solution is in compensation for your runs. If they got better compensation, they could get better. If we had better compensation, I wouldn't be asking for a levy. If I got compensated for everything I charge for an ambulance run, I would probably have enough in our medical fund
Oh, yeah.
to take care of this.
Mhm.
But I don't get that kind of compensation. So Medicare, Medicaid, private insurances pay a little bit better, but most of your ambulance runs are Medicare and Medicaid.
Right.
Get
what you get.
And them reimbursement rates are from 80 still, or 90, did we get to 90 yet?
For
As
Medicaid,
far as reimbursement,
our average, and I mean, you take our average calls, and when I say average, that's 28 calls of service or 28,000 calls for service for us. Our average reimbursement sits about $260 per call. Now that's everything factored into it. But that reimbursement compared to our $9 million that I have in collections, and
think about.
and ambulance service is the only business in the world that if you don't pay your bill, you still go. You call you call for an ambulance. I don't have the luxury of saying no, I'm not going there because my kid pays bill.
Right.
I still have to show up. I still have to provide care. I still have to do my due diligence to that patient, no matter what. And it hurts. And there's a lot of people that, again, abuse the ambulance because they know that they're not getting a bill, that use it to try to jump skip the line in the emergency room. And even if they don't go in by ambulance and they just go into the emergency room, it's awful.
So one thing I try to never to do when you guys come in or anybody else is, I don't try to act like I know your job, because I don't. I don't know either of your jobs. I don't know what you need to do them.
You're
You
lucky,
know what.
Alice, you're real lucky.
You know what you need to do them, right? All I wanna know is, I'm here for the people's money in the city. That's my responsibility. All I wanna know is that I can relay to them where it's going.
Absolutely.
And I can channel to them that it's in good hands, and it's going to be coming back to them in the betterment of the city.
Right.
That's all I need.
Right.
You could tell me, hey, I need a helicopter. I don't know if you do or you don't, and that's not my job to decide whether you do or you don't. Finances are more my sector of it. So that's all I'm looking for, is to be able to relay to people where this money's going, and to know
And we wanna
that
partner with you to
Yeah,
give you
we
all the
all wanna be the same
information so
team,
you
yeah.
can,
That's all I want.
you and all of council can make informed decisions on that.
That's
Because
why we're here.
absolutely.
we also live in the city, so it's also affecting us.
Well, it's your money too. You guys,
Correct.
I mean, the levy, you're gonna be paying
Yes.
for it, you're gonna be paying
Yes.
for it, she's gonna be paying for it. So I do take my responsibility here seriously.
Yeah.
And I don't wanna just fling people's
Right.
money out there without being able to tell them where it's
And
going.
like I said, I think this was just an informational meeting. Do you want to go forward with this? And I know more of the brunt of this is gonna be on the fire department, to come up with numbers and how things are gonna work. And I play a small part in this. but between the three of us,
But-
I know we'll
we'll-
come up with better
Whatever you
ideas.
come up with, I'm not looking to come back at you and say, do we really need this, do we need that? That's not my part of this, you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I just need this information so that I can educate people on where their
Right.
money is going. But I'm not, whatever list you guys come up with on what's needed, I'm not the guy who's second guessing that, because I don't do your job, you do your job. So,
We're
this
having,
part-
we're having trust in them.
100%.
To do what
So
you-
I'm not looking to nitpick your list, I wanna know where this
Right.
money is going, and this is how we came up with this number and this millage.
Yeah, and I think that people just need to understand that our fire department is now also running this ambulance service, okay? So our fire department becomes very vital in that. Our dispatch is very important because now they're doing, not only are they dispatching for the police, but now they have to do this medical dispatching as well. So there's a lot that intertwines, but people
yeah.
need to understand that. That's the only thing. I think if they understand, wow, we didn't know that our firemen were actually running this ambulance.
Right.
We didn't know that they need to be EMTs and we need that extra money. But you know what? That's gonna affect how quickly they're able to get to us as a city. So we just need the people to understand how important, because some people don't listen to this, some people don't, and if we can all kind of get it out there, and if you can kind of get it on paper, this is what we need from our fire department, this is how many guys we need at a time to make this run rather smoothly. We're not just adding on extra guys to add on extra
Right.
guys.
And I got a good story about partnership and teamwork. He lives right across Youngstown Poland Road. Holiday Bowl guy, heart attack, down. Mike D'Onofrio was there, started CPR immediately. He heard it from home and decided, I gotta be there. Got there, got him to the hospital, and a week later, he walked back into the bowling alley after a full cardiac arrest.
Wow.
That's why we liked it.
Yeah.
That company,
And that's
because
what
he
you-
heard it and he
right.
said they probably could use me. He left his house, came, helped us out, got the guy, saved his life.
Thank you.
Yep.
No,
But we do that, like as your profession, okay, as anybody, as in my profession, like you're gonna do anything that you can to help somebody.
Yeah.
So this here is why we're all here, so we can
Right.
help the city. So we're not gonna hold back on what we need, we just need, we
To know.
need you to put it out there in a way that we could get the people
Right.
to
Right.
say.
Yeah.
So,
Cause we're all in the same business, we wanna
Exactly.
provide for the citizens
like
of
if
the
I
city.
call, if I had an emergency at my house, I'd want them
Yeah.
there, like anybody would, but so that's what we're all gonna work together, so.
Now, if we go forward with
Agree with
this,
that.
what do we have, 3 weeks?
We have until February 5th to put it on the ballot, to come out with legislation. We can actually call an emergency meeting if we need to.
If we need to.
But, so what we need, obviously, Dallas wants this, and everybody else, they just wanna see what categories you're gonna be at. So you guys gotta
Give
get
you
busy a little
A
bit.
cost breakdown of
Yeah.
what it would add
That's
for
all.
a dispatcher, the cost breakdown for 2 dispatchers, the
Sure.
cost breakdown for paramedics.
Thank you.
And then, because you set the budget, we're just asking you to supplement the safety force's budget. So if you decide that you wanna add 2 more paramedics and only 1 dispatcher, then that's the way you set your budget
How
up.
much
I
of the
think that that's a bad
reimbursement that we
idea.
get now, how much of that covers the ambulance? Supplies and everything
Well, we're sitting at just over $100,000.
that we brought in?
Yeah, and that's over the course of, what, 2 years, 3 years we've been doing this?
Yeah,
And
used
we just-
24,000.
We just threw 24,000 into an ambulance, so.
Right.
so it's not much.
Yeah, it's not much.
Bob, back to what you're
If you
saying.
guys run it where we got.
You're gonna give us a cost breakdown per employee, and we decide what we
And
wanna do.
employing equipment, and then
I don't
you
want,
set the budget.
I
You
am-
set the police budget, we're just asking for a supplement to the budget, because we're currently operating within the budget.
I understand, but I guess my point is this. Back to our conversation a minute ago, I don't wanna decide how many employees Mike needs. I want Mike to come and say,
Well,
he needs 2, Mike, what do you need? You
Don't
need
go there.
2 employees.
Cause it's
You
gonna
need-
be more than what we can
Well, I'm
afford.
just saying, I don't, what you're saying is, give us this money and then we'll have this breakdown of how many employees, we wanna put on, or Ricky wants to put on, us as council. Us as council, we wanna say, Mike, how many employees you need? That's how many we're gonna ask for. Tim, how many computers you need? That's how much money we're gonna ask for. That's my point. I don't wanna dictate
Yeah.
their job. I do not.
I mean,
That's not my
I
line of
mentioned
work.
one dispatcher, ideally, I'd like to have at least two more,
Well, then,
but.
Put it
you know,
on
I
paper,
think then,
yeah.
yeah, put that down and then let's go after what you need.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just being honest. I don't wanna make that decision.
We'll put some numbers together for you and then.
Tell me what you need.
I wanna
So
avoid the
we-
Band-Aid situation
all.
as much as we possibly can.
We need a mailer sent out to the public.
Well,
Yeah.
We'll
Yes,
take care of
we'll
that.
work on that.
That's
We'll work
a long
on
way
that
down
after.
the
Yeah,
road.
After the fact.
And-
We get,
Yeah.
our number one thing is to get this on the
To get it
ballot now.
on,
Correct.
Exactly.
And in 2
I
weeks,
know
maybe
that.
call another one of these meetings again. Hopefully, that'll give you guys enough time
Yeah,
to get that
that's all.
for us. Because then after that, next committee meeting, we might have to pass it that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll have legislation, drawn up then.
So you wanna put on a primary ballot,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's gonna be enough time to get, well, information together and,
Well, that's what I'm saying, that's gonna give these guys 2 weeks. to
We
get
already
everything
have
done.
some of the information, Mike did a lot of work already, he has some information, I probably should get some more information on cost of dispatchers and stuff, but Mike has a lot of the information already.
okay.
All good.
Yeah, and
Oh, good,
Pat,
got no
reached
problem
out to Clemens and Nelson too, so they did some breakdowns of.
Right, I forgot to
We have
mention
some
that.
numbers, we just gotta put them together.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, all good.
So-
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming, guys, I appreciate
Yeah.
it, thank you, Sean, for coming to put your input into, Shane, I'm sorry.
They both begin with S.
If any, if, you know, if we ever need any questions or anything, you know, you guys can maybe get a hold of him
Yeah, like I
maybe
said,
get a breakdown of
we'd be
things. I
more
mean,
than happy.
obviously Mike's doing a great job in communicating with him.
100%.
And Chief Fry, you know, he's always the best over here. Thank God. But, any more questions for anybody over here?
I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, alright, well, I'm gonna close this meeting, convene it, or close it, yeah. So,
Motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn,
Thank you.
Second.
Motion,
meeting adjourned.
Okay, let's roll,
thanks.
Thank you, Chief.
let's roll right into this, you got it,
I'll
let's
see
roll
you.
right into this finance and legislation meeting, Mr. Burnside is,
Here.
and Mr. Ballack is absent, Mr. Bigley is here, we have two pieces. One is an ordinance amending chapter 1385, section 1385.04 of the codified ordinance of the city of Struthers to revise the regulations concerning residential rental properties and declaring an emergency. Bob, you wanna speak?
Yes, the way it's currently written, everybody has to re-register the first of the year, and it becomes quite a workload for the two people that are in there.
Sure.
So we're asking that they register in February, they register again next February, if they do it in June, they register next June.
So a rolling
And,
calendar
yeah,
for them.
so we're not trying to register all of our rental properties in 1 month. Okay?
Okay,
That's fair enough.
motion, bring it out,
Motion to bring it up.
second, I second. Next one is an ordinance adopting, the collective bargaining agreement between the city of Struthers and the Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, hereinafter, OPBA, effective January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2027, and declaring an emergency. And this is from Cat. Bob, you wanna speak on it at all? or-
We just finished negotiations with our dispatchers, we give them, now, the dispatchers did not receive the raises that the police and fire did, so their raises in there are basically the same 5% that we gave our police and dispatchers previously. And then some minor language changes as far as overtime, they were paid time and a half on a holiday. Every other department around here is paid double time on a holiday, double time and a quarter. So we changed their overtime rate to match the rest of the city for holiday pay. Boosted up a little bit of incentives for, training. If you get a college degree in dispatching, then we're gonna give you a little bit more incentive. We like giving incentives for education. So if fireman becomes a paramedic, we gave him a bonus. If wastewater gets their license, we give them a bonus. And the same thing we wanna do with our dispatchers, you get more training, you get more.
Yeah, but if a fireman becomes a paramedic, we're asking another service of that.
Right.
If you get a college degree or not, I'm not asking
Not
anymore.
a college degree in dispatching, okay? in emergency services. You gotta have an education in emergency services.
Let me ask you this too, I mean, I'm just wondering, this might be a dumb question, but
It's minor, something.
when we give bonuses to these EMTs, and it's coming out of our budget, are they on any kind of contract to stay with us? Just because we are gonna give them that bonus then? I mean, they
No.
can get this bonus, boom, 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 say, see
Bye.
you guys later,
So-
see you later.
The bonus is a one-time payment, the same as a longevity bonus or anything else.
Are we able to maybe, I mean, not that,
No,
We
like
have
at,
any
like
here,
at St. E's, they'll pay for your school if you
Right.
sign on
So-
with their, to stay
Right,
with
right,
them.
like my
Currently,
daughter's
we're
doing
not
would be-
paying for school,
Yeah,
okay? They have to go and get their schooling on their own, and then we pay you a bonus if you do that.
Mhm.
Now, they've been lucky that the county and the state have been funding some of this education for firemen to become paramedics, but the city is not paying for your education.
yeah,
But we're also asking the city for $400,000.
Yeah,
Because we're, right now, we're basically not covering our police and fire, we're barely operating within our budget. When you're fiscally in the red like that, do you really look to give raises?
We're operating within our current budget.
Sure.
We're not over budget.
No, I
in any
understand.
department.
But we're also,
We're
Asking for
wanting
money.
to,
Yeah.
we're wanting to supplement our current budget so we can provide more
well, yeah,
services.
the thing about the college.
when you say
thing-
supplement and asking for money,
Yeah,
they're
it's-
the same thing.
They're the same thing, but it
Okay.
should provide more services.
Yeah, I understand.
You know,
A
under
levy
the
and a
current
tax is the
service-
same
Yeah.
thing.
Under the current services that we provide, we're well within the budget.
But
Okay.
them having, not to put a college degree down, but them having a college degree, is it gonna benefit their job with us?
Yes. If you, anytime you got more knowledge, especially in your career,
But we're
it
not gonna
helps
ask
you.
them to do any more than what they're doing.
yeah.
No.
well, I've said the same thing when they give a master's degree bonus to a teacher who teaches math but her degree's in English. It-
I-
Yeah,
it's
but I
still
don't
an
con-
education and.
I don't control whether they do that or
But-
not.
but what I'm saying-
I'm gonna be
But what I'm
honest
telling you
with
is the education itself is beneficial to the city.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have perks for that, but it's also,
And you
You're-
can look it up. I
promote
don't
yourself.
think it's
Yeah.
much, I think it's,
I mean, I can see it's fair too, paying
huh?
whatever. double
Right, I
time.
mean, she has to get certified in so many different things, but she
Sure.
doesn't get a raise for it,
true.
and she should. She covers seven
It's gonna be a
for the
whole nother
sunshine law.
domino effect,
She gets
just like the
certified
whole
every year for
raises.
that, she should get a bonus for that.
I will not disagree with you. But I thought you built that into her salary.
What, the sunshine?
No,
The bonus?
I mean, ideally you build it into the salary, but in our situation, the salary is set at one price, one thing, because not all of our dispatchers have that education in emergency services. I think we have 2 dispatchers that have the degree in emergency services. So those are the only 2 that are gonna get the bonus. Now, if the other ones do take the initiative to get their further education, then we give them the bonus.
I'd like to start by saying, what is this bonus?
I can't remember offhand. I think we bumped it up $10 or something, I don't know.
If it's $10, I don't even know why we're talking about it. But
I don't remember, it's some kind of hourly rate there, it's in there.
There's one copy is the one that has all the changes in it, and the one is like where it shows you where they made the changes.
The best way to do it, we look at the
Well,
front
anybody
of
sees
education.
any little increase, they're just gonna be happy with it. Even if it is $20, Dallas, I mean, I know you make that in 10 minutes.
See how like all these changes are here, like this should be, it was 24, it's gonna be 27.
Look in the front of the category.
It,
Look under-
it kinda shows you what they were, like,
No, I mean, I don't think that their increases are what we're looking at. I'm looking at what they get paid if you have a high school, or if you have a college diploma or not.
So you wanna go to.
Keep on, let them go.
Education, it's in Article 21.
21, okay.
No, this was-
21. Who obtain an associate, bachelor, or master's degree in a job-related field of a study with an accredited college or university shall receive a monthly educational bonus of $35 for an associate's degree, $60 for a bachelor's degree, and $85 for a master's degree.
That's just a month.
Every
That's a
A
month?
month,
Every month.
yeah, $35 a month, so $300 a year.
Yeah,
Three-
for something a year,
I don't think we have anybody with a
No.
master's degree.
it's like 25 cents an hour raise.
I think we have one
You do
person with,
2,000 hours
one
a
person
year.
with associates and one person with a bachelor's maybe.
Yeah, it's about 25 cents an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that, like I said, that education is in the field related. from
Yeah, I
an
don't have an
accredited
issue with that. I
college.
wanted to make sure you weren't giving people an extra $500 a month.
Yeah,
I know you like people, Bob.
I do. And honestly, these people are way underpaid.
Everybody's underpaid.
True.
Ain't that the truth? I mean,
Yep,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right.
all right, I already
Motion-
read the,
Motion to bring it out.
a second. That's it for legislation.
Bob, can I ask Bob a question? The, situation downtown, especially not the Las Galas building, but the one where he had to prove he was getting some kind of financing.
Yes.
Where do we stand on that situation?
The building is boarded up, it's secure, there's no property code violations there. Nothing we can do with that building. I sent him a letter that told him he had to board it up and.
You complied.
He complies and
So it's gonna sit like that forever?
unless we come up with a vacant ordinance legislation.
You had to lead us down that road, Bob.
I'm just saying.
Well, I was just wondering, because I come across the paper where the Ambridge,
Yeah.
was gonna give him.
So
some-
I did send out a letter of violation to him, and he complied with the letter. So currently it just sits boarded up until he gets enough money to fix it. I'm sure he's hoping to get enough money to fix it because,
So wait a minute, we're talking about Evil Antiques?
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure which one we
That's
were,
gonna be there forever.
we were talking about.
Yep, it's gonna be like that forever.
I hope he does a lot with it, cause I mean, he's
I-
such a hard worker. He really is.
Yeah.
Who, Eric?
Who, Eric?
Eric.
Oh,
No,
Eric,
Eric's a
yes,
hard
but
worker, yeah, there ain't no doubt
that's
about
not
it.
his
but it's not his
responsibility. though.
building
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, that kid's
so,
down there every day, I know what that's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he-
Especially like you're just spinning your wheels, you don't have the manpower to do what you need to do.
He undertook
And-
a project that he had no,
I've been in that spot before, I feel for him. Just being honest.
That's it, that's all the legislation?
Why, you want me to read something else?
And we had that one for auctions, but.
Yeah,
we
I
need
gotta
more money.
table that.
Anybody have anything else for finance and legislation? Good meeting, everybody.
Yeah,
Call for adjournment,
motion to adjourn.
second,